Brief introduction into the history of Liverpool Hope Street with a specific focus on Blackburne House and its relation to women's history. Characterised by a dark past, originally Blackburne House was built for John Blackburne in 1788. He was a wealthy landowner, salt refiner and Member of Parliament. He was a large supporter of the slave trade and enjoyed the riches that it brought for Liverpool. But this meant that Blackburne House was a symbol of oppression and inequality between people of different backgrounds. But in 1844, the nature of Blackburne House and the narrative of its story changed. In 1844, it was bought by George Holt, the antithesis of John Blackburne. He was a merchant ship owner and both an abolitionist and an active supporter of women's rights. In August of that year, he set women off on a journey to freedom, opening Blackburne House as a school for girls. Well, Blackburne House can then be considered the turning point for women's history in Liverpool. Being the first all-girls school in the city, situated directly opposite the Boys Mechanics Institute as its sister school, it stood as a symbol of power and equality for women. The school crest bore a Latin motto which translates to, "Born not for ourselves, but for the whole of the world." A newspaper article reporting on Blackburne House in 1881 records its wide-ranging curriculum and the diverse subjects that were on offer for women to learn, including languages, botany and physiology. It also refers to the impressive examination performance of Blackburn House. More students passed there than in any other girls' school combined. And it also records the exciting new opportunities becoming available for women, such as scholarships, an example being student of 8 years Margaret Seward, who achieved a scholarship for Oxford during her time at Blackburn House. Although the college closed in 1986, its journey did not stop there. The Women's Technical and Education Centre identified Blackburn House and commissioned its transformation into a training and resource centre in 1991. In the years between its identification and reopening in 1994, Blackburn House underwent an extensive remodelling and was revived into a brand new multi-purpose facility. Amongst other things, one of its purposes was to be used as an examination centre by the Open University. Now as a social enterprise, Blackburn House runs several businesses in order to support an advanced college for women. A social enterprise is an organisation that uses commercial strategies to create a social benefit. The profits from Blackburn House are reinvested into their cause or donated. Blackburn House tackles many social issues to create a positive environment in this way. The values and vision of Blackburn House. The vision of Blackburn House is to be able to support women with growth and self-development through providing education and encouragement in a positive environment so that women can achieve their dreams. Blackburn House is based on some core values, including inspiration. It is all about inspiring women to join and start their journey of self-development. Transformation. It seeks to meet and exceed environmental, financial and social aims, having a positive effect on everyone involved. Equality. It is committed to removing any barriers to education and employment that women may face. Independence. It seeks to promote confidence in women and teach them to overcome prejudice placed upon them. Blackburn House, as a social enterprise, is a symbol of independence in itself. And lastly, social impact. Social impact is key to all of the services that Blackburn House provides. It is a safe haven for women to improve their lives. It generates social, educational and employment opportunities for women that are traditionally underrepresented. In order to assess Blackburn House as a school for girls, I think it is important to mention the familiar faces that pass through its hallways. and the lives that they went on to lead, including Edwina Currie, a former Blackburne House student that went on to become one of the most prominent women in British politics, as a Conservative Party politician. This is a sector where previously it was hard for women to even penetrate. Other examples include Gillian Reynolds, a journalist and broadcaster, and Tina Malone, an actress. This just goes to show that with the right support, encouragement and opportunities, women can go on to flourish in any work sector. That they can do a man's job and they can do it well. One thing that Blackburne House should remind us all of is the struggle for equality and women's rights that was endured, not just in the city of Liverpool, but worldwide. In 2018, Blackburne House hung a plaque. This was to commemorate 100 years since women in the UK first gained the right to vote. On this plaque were words from some of Liverpool's famous women, including Kate Shepherd, a Liverpool-born suffragette. Her words: "All that separates, whether of race, class, creed or sex, is inhuman and must be overcome." There are also words from community activist and councillor Margaret Simney. She states, "The magic of Liverpool is that it isn't England." The work of these women helped to alter the course of women's history in a positive way. This plaque is a symbol of their progress. To end this video, I think it is important to briefly mention the Hope Street suitcases. Each suitcase bears the name of a person or organisation that Liverpool is famous for, and many of these names relate to women's history. These suitcases serve as a constant reminder of the huge leap forward that women's history has made and the ever-growing progress of its cause. Examples include Anne Clough, women's rights champion, and as previously mentioned, Lady Margaret Simney, a social and political activist.